Zidane, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Miraculous, but more specifically, would we ever be getting a Glaciator 2? Now, so far we've gotten three villains who have been akumatized twice into the exact same thing, with, of course, Felix going to be the same situation, but akumatizing three characters into again. So, just a reminder that uh, Reflecta, uh, Princess Fragrance, and Lady Wi-Fi are going to be in Felix. So, the question now is, will we be seeing more duplicates? And honestly, I'm kind of thinking that it might be the case. So far, there's only been two characters who have been akumatized twice with, or more times, with different villain personas. These, of course, being Kagami and Chloe. These two have been the only ones that have been akumatized twice as different people. Technically, we did get some stuff with Oblivio, but I don't think that really counts, so yeah, I'm just going to say that it doesn't. Now, of course, we have seen other characters that did get akumatized at different times in their life, with Chris or Noel, depending on where you're from, but he didn't actually. It's technically two different people because of the fact that it's teenage version and kid version. So I'm going to say that one doesn't count. So, will we be seeing other people get akumatized for a second time? Well, I'm kind of thinking that right now we're only going to be seeing characters from Season 1 get reakumatized, with a lot of people who have been akumatized in the past coming back again, at least that are smaller characters, just so that they can get some spotlight again. And then but with this season, we will be seeing a lot more of the previous people being given miraculouses to help out the whole situation, such as Milen most likely getting her miraculous so that they can take down the mime once again. So that's a possibility. But Glaciator is also a rather big possibility. So I'm going to talk about these two and what I think is going to happen. So I believe that at some point during this season we will be getting the two episodes, the Mime 2 and Glaciator 2. They could be slightly different titles, but that's what I'm going to go with. So Glaciator will most likely be, Glaciator. He's going to join the fight and he's going to have some issues. I have been given two versions that I think could be a possibility. The one that I'm going to say is less likely is that there is somebody else that's showing up and stealing his glory, that maybe has some hot food instead of ice cream, and is doing the same thing that he's been doing for a while, but yeah. I mean, it's a possibility, but honestly, I see that more as being that could be someone that he eventually falls in love with, rather than that being someone that causes him to get akumatized. The actual possibility for him getting akumatized is that he confronts Marinette and Adrian, saying something like, I've given you two ice cream for the wrong person too many times. Because, let's be honest, they'll probably be going with Luca and Kagami, there several times, and he'll just be like, no more. I need to stand against this. You two are not meant for them. You two are meant for each other. I have to give you each your separate ice cream so that I can reveal to you, so that you can understand what the meaning is. And he's going to give them all their 4 different ice creams to represent each other, to show that, yeah, you need to look at this properly. Don't just assume that you're meant to be together just because you're not. So, and they don't believe him, so they go off and they're a bit upset, and he starts to think that his power is dwindling, which causes him to get akumatized into Glaciator 2. And then when he is freed from the Akuma, Ladybug and Cat Noir talk to him, and they understand a little bit more about what's going on. And he explains that I've seen what happens and how you are meant to be with other people. I realize that the two of you are meant to be together, as well as your civilian forms. I am slightly psychic, so I can tell some things, like who you two are. You two need to reveal your love to each other. You need to reveal your identity so that this can be fixed. And it's something that weighs on their mind for the next part of the season, probably finishing at the end of the season with them finally revealing their identities and getting together and breaking off their relationships with Kagami and Luca. It's a definite possibility, but I think it's less likely than a few things. It's still not 100% possibility. But then there is the Mime 2, which I believe is going to be something similar but different. Basically, Milan's dad is going to be the mime again. He's going to be a mime and just be like showing off some cool techniques or something, and maybe some other artist or whatever is showing up, and they're like, and everyone's starting to go to them instead. Because, let's be honest, mimes have been around for a long time, and people are starting to care less and less about them. So something new and big shows up, and they're like, ooh, we should look at this instead of him. And then he becomes the mime again. Milan is worried about her father and starts to fight to save him. Marinette sees this and is like, maybe she's a good choice to get the Rat Miraculous again. So she goes and grabs the Miraculous from her hiding spot, gives Milan the Miraculous, and they join together to save the day. Honestly, I think it would be a really cool way to fight. I think that there will be a few extra things that will be going on in this episode, but I think that that's primarily what it's going to be. And over these next few episodes, honestly, I do think that before long they are going to be giving people their Miraculouses full time. Whether or not people will be keeping their old Miraculouses still, or if they're going to be getting new ones to protect their identities, is still up for debate. But honestly, I don't think that there's really much reason to not let them have their Miraculouses again. While it is dangerous due to the fact that Hawkmoth knows who they are now, it's actually slightly more good for them to have their Miraculouses, because in a situation where their identities are known, it's easier to protect them. But as for Luca and Kagami, they'll have to use their, since they're the relationships, they'll have to use their powers to protect them, because Adrian's not really 100% certain on giving Luca the Snake Miraculous, and Marinette is not so certain on giving Kagami the Dragon Miraculous. So they put it off until probably the end of the season, where they're about to give them up, and then that's when the two realize that they really are meant for each other. But it does take a little bit of time for that to happen, so we'll see exactly what happens in the future. But right now, I think that these are some good possibilities that are worth thinking about. So let me know what you guys think of all these theories down in the comments below. And if you have any theories of your own that you want me to discuss, then definitely leave them down in the comments and make sure to use the hashtag theory review. And let me know what you think down in the comments below. And of course, if you have anything else that you want to talk about, then also leave that in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and of course ring the notification bell. And if you want to support the channel even more, then definitely head down to the description and check out my merch and my book, as well as all my other links down in the description. But anyways, guys, I've been Electro Ninja, and I will see you guys next time. But on.